Hi everyone, I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. We are going to do a Sagittarius Mid March Tarotscope. So this is just going to be an energy check-in for the remaining couple of weeks of March. So do keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you find that the reading doesn't resonate, you can always check your moon, rising, or Venus placements because sometimes that will resonate more. And I do offer personal readings. You can get all that information in the description box. So we're just going to check into the overall energy, see what you may need to look out for, what to expect, anything your guides are wanting you to know. Okay, so let's start with getting some messages from your higher self, messages from your guides. What are the overall messages wanting to come through for you for the remainder of March? So I feel like what you need to know this month is that your faith, your trust, your love is your power right now. Like there's power in surrendering to faith and surrendering to trust. And that doesn't mean that you have to be in kind of this, that doesn't mean to like blindly trust somebody that's like really shitty, right? It doesn't mean to blindly have faith in something that's clearly hurting you. But I do feel like your faith is more powerful than you realize. You being able to like rest and trust the flow of things is what is going to give you the most, like the best results. Don't give your power over to fear. Don't give your power over to anxiety, overthinking. Let me see if we can clarify this message and see how it's showing up in your energy for the month. There's like a lot of changes that you've been going through. Things maybe don't feel very settled or very grounded right now. But I honestly feel like it's putting you in alignment. Yeah, it's putting you in alignment with, it's putting you in alignment with something more powerful, something more beneficial for you. I also feel like for some of you, you might feel like you have failed at something, but I do feel that there's like a second chance showing up for you. I honestly don't feel that it's necessarily a person, although it could be. But I feel like the chaos that you have recently gone through, or the chaos that you're coming out of, I honestly feel like it was some sort of redirection. I do feel like it's very important to be mindful of your state of mind right now and be wary that you're not like worried too much about what could go wrong. And if you're, analyzing the situation is not necessarily bad, but if you're analyzing something and not coming up with any solutions, and it's making you more tense, then it's probably not helpful. And in that aspect, it would be more helpful to just have faith, right? I do feel that you are going to get some sort of information, some sort of news. Again, it feels like something that you thought that you lost, or something that you thought that was maybe out of reach, but I also feel like it's not really coming to you in a necessarily logical, practical type of way, and it's not flowing because of anything that you are doing. It's more about just kind of being in like the flow state. Okay, so let's see if we can get more details on this, see how this is going to show up in the energy. Anything else you need to expect? I feel like you're in this space of like trying to settle down, or trying to ground into something, trying to get stabilized. I feel like you've worked very hard to like get where you are. It kind of feels like you're trying to like ground down in something. You're trying to settle into something, but honestly, I feel like it might not be what you're supposed to be settling into. You might be really focused on your work right now, or really focused on like I said, trying to get yourself settled, trying to get yourself in a good like career space and a good financial space. It kind of feels like you went through like some sort of chaos, some sort of unexpected change, and you might be trying to like get things back to the way they were. And I feel like that's not what you're meant to be doing, because whatever this is, I kind of feel like it fell apart because it needed to fall apart, because it's not very emotionally supportive. It could very well be a relationship, but if it's a relationship, I feel like there's other people involved, and it's that's why the shakeup came in to begin with. Or you and this person are like not focused on the same goals. You're like trying to get more grounded, and this person is like wanting more freedom. It could even be like a group of people, like a group of friends. Like you might feel like you are the responsible one in the group. whatever this is that kind of came in and shook everything up, it was meant to happen to bring something to light. And so you want, and I feel like you're trying to get grounded, you're trying to get settled, you're trying to get into a stable place. But I do feel that you're not meant to get back into the same place you were before you started. This is something that you're meant to come, like you're meant to come out the other side in a better position than you were before. You're meant to you're meant to be seen, you're meant to be honored, you're meant to be respected, you're meant to be in a stronger space than you were before. You don't want to like actively try to get things back to the way they were, especially if this involves a connection with somebody else. It might be like that you are looking for something stable, you're looking for some sort of commitment, and this person that you're dealing with is not on the same page, and you guys had a falling out. And I kind of feel like this person like might be coming back around, or you might be wanting to get this relationship back to the way it was. But honestly, I don't feel like I feel like that it's going to be just that. It's going to go right back to the way it was. And I feel like this is something that wasn't giving you satisfaction to begin with. This is meant to open you up for more. This is meant to open you up to growth, to expansions, and more a better emotional connection. It's like you're taking care of everything. You're taking care of like the responsibility for like everyone around you, or taking responsibility for everything, or carrying the weight of everything, and it's making it to where you can't nurture yourself, or you're not able to see the value in yourself. Because like I feel like you're dealing with like a person that's not taking you seriously, or doesn't necessarily recognize all they recognize all the effort, they recognize the value, but they're just not in the same, like they're not in a space to like appreciate it or match that energy. And so they're just kind of like working against you. And so your guidance is the Six of Swords. Like you're meant to move out of this emotional stagnancy, this emotional heaviness. You're meant to transition through this. You're meant to move past this. This chaos came in to help align you with something better. And with the Ace of Cups, I feel like that is something that's coming to you. There is some sort of recognition, there is some sort of reward, there is emotional fulfillment coming towards you. But I feel like you have to be willing to, like this brought about all this chaos so you can see things for what they are. So don't try to put all this stuff back in the shadows and like chalk it up to just a random chaotic moment. I also like if you had somebody that just like completely lashed out at you and showed this really horrible side to themselves. Don't chalk it up to like, oh, they just had a bad day. I feel like that chaos was helping you to see something that wasn't supporting you. And I kind of feel like you don't want to put yourself back into the same space of continuing to try to get emotional fulfillment from something that just doesn't have the capacity to do that. Love you guys. Have a good month.